How's the hair? It's still wet from this morning. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't flying all the Thank you. Okay. Can I have a tissue as well? Hi, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Yes. Everybody, please stand if you're able. We're going to start with our opening tune. And this is for the blessing that you are and the blessing that we all are in the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. So I want you to think about someone in your life who's been a blessing to you this week. And you're going to sing this in gratitude to this person. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Let's sing that again. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. So we know that as we give, we receive, and I'm sure that you all are a blessing to somebody else. Yes, so we can offer this gratitude to ourselves for what we give to others. So we're going to sing, I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Even your smile is a blessing. Yes. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Yes, and I invite you to find someone to sing your blessings to this morning. Yes, we're going to sing to a partner. Okay, hey, I see you found some love. Now we sing, you are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. I see so much love out here. Let's sing that again. You are the heart, you are the hands, You are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. So beautiful. All right. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Let's sing that for unity one more time. We are. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Yes! I feel the love in here this morning.
All right. What a beautiful day to be here, to be alive. So happy to be in front of you guys, everyone. One more time for Penta Rose. I actually have the pleasure of knowing Penta Rose before even coming to Unity. So when I saw her here one day, I was like, wow, this place really is home. Like all of my cool people that I've met out in the world, we congregate here. So. And of course, all you guys are cool people as well. I am Stephanie. Usually, I would be out on the golf cart or, welcoming, but here I am. I was asked to be the Sunday service leader, and I'm so thrilled. Thank you. Thank you. Started at the bottom, now I'm at the top, y'all. Can't stop this. All right, so do we have any first-time people here at Unity today? Wonderful, we got some hands here. Everybody give it up. Hi. Hello. We'll bring you some packets in a moment. I'm so glad that you're here with us. Hopefully I don't fumble this so bad that this is your last time. So. All right, let me see. What else do I have to do? Okay, so we've welcomed everyone. We're happy to be here. Now, if you're able, please stand. We're going to go over our, what do you call them? Rev, help me out. What are these again? Yes, we're going to go over our vision, mission, and core values, okay? So it'll be a call and response, so you can repeat after me, okay? So, Unity of Gainesville, Florida, vision. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't have to start just yet. Now it's for real. Centered in divine love and wisdom.
Centered in divine love and wisdom.
We joyfully create a world.
We joyfully create a world.
United in positive spirituality.
United in positive spirituality.
All right, for the mission. Through prayer, meditation.
Through prayer, meditation,
spiritual education,
and
service, we put God's love into action.
We put God's love into action.
Ooh, just feel the goosebumps. All right, core values: spirit-led, love, generosity, gratitude, inclusivity.
Inclusivity.
All right, there we go. We nailed it. Love it, guys. Well done. All right, and now we're going to have our Reverend come up, and he's going to lead us through our evocation.
Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? Hey. So as we know, here, we don't do invocations. We're not inviting God or spirit. We do evocations. We're saying that God, that spirit, that divine love, that presence was here long before we stepped in this room, was here before we decided to come to Unity, was here before we even took our first breath. that God, that force, is the organizing power of all that we know and see, which is unknown and unseeable. So as we hit the gong, I invite us to take a cleansing breath. So we hit the gong the first time as a reminder that that oneness has thousands of names. In fact, it can't be named. It is nameless. And so we hit the gong for that. We hit the gong a second time as a reminder that we are, we might say, expressions. We're the music. We are the emanations, the activity of that oneness. As was said in the song, we are the hands, the feet of God. This is that reminder. And we hit the gong a final time as a reminder that, yes, all that there is oneness, love. And yes, we are the activity, the fun of that oneness. But we also have emails and voting, polls, overpriced cereal, you name it, right? And so we hit the gong as a reminder that while we know all these things, our responsibility is to live, is to live, to live. All right. Question. Do we have anybody here in our space who celebrated a birthday this week? A birthday. Okay, Bonnie. Yes, yes. Happy birthday. Okay. Normally, I would ask Bonnie to stand, but it's all good, Bonnie. You could chill.
My youngest son had his birthday, so I like to celebrate as my birthing.
Yes,
Day.
that's right.
You know who did the work?
That's right. That's right. Yes. Do we have anybody who's celebrating something this week, right? Listen, if you got the yard cleaned and it was on your to-do list, that is something to celebrate. If you have something to celebrate, please stand. Please stand. All right. All right. Whoa. Yes. Yes. We have a lot to celebrate. Oh, that's right. That's right. If we have anything that, there was a milestone that may have happened this week, right? We may have had a certain amount of years in sobriety. This might have been the time when you reconnected with a family member. Something may have happened this week. This is when we're celebrating this milestone if it happened this week. All right. All right. And finally, if we have anybody who's moving through a grieving journey, right? This week may have been a little extra prickly. Please stand. Okay. Now, for those of us who are seated, I want you to see those who are standing, right? And so this is a reminder that we are all connected, that in the celebrations, in the acknowledgments, in the milestones, we are all one. And so if we can just, for those who are seated, if we could stretch our hands to those standing and just simply say, we love you.
We love you.
We see you.
We see you.
And so it is.
So it is.
If y'all could remain standing, if I could ask those who are seated, if you're able, only if you're able to stand. So we had a dear one in our community who transitioned last night. And so many of us know Kip. M- yeah,
Yeah.
many of us know Kip. And so Kip has been an anchoring force in our community for decades. And so if you know Jane, or we call her Weed, she drives the golf cart. This is Jane's wife who passed away last night. And so she was moving through her healing journey, and her body said, now is the time. And so we're standing in recognition for Kip and for Jane. And so I'm inviting all of us, if we're able, to just open our arms like this. And we're going to just keep breathing, because Kip has made that final dance in this incarnation. And she knows more about that oneness than we do. Yet, the surviving family, us, Jane, her nieces, her friends, are holding that loss. And so we extend our arms and our hearts, and we allow our hearts to send out, and we see wholeness for all of those who are still here. And we send love for Jane, and we simply send this prayer. Love us. Wholeness that always is. We wrap our arms around Jane and all of Kip's loved ones, and we send her up. May she be showered with the love that only exists with recognition of this oneness. And so it is.
So it is.
Now, I want to ask us to do something. So at Unity, in this very room, many of us are moving through a healing, grieving journey. And ironically, that's something that binds many of us. And sometimes you got a tough week, and sometimes it's a little bit better. But that loss is always there. And so I'm asking all of us, the moment someone's name crosses your heart, the moment, if you can do but one thing, send a text with an emoji, a heart, I'm thinking of you. No long conversations are needed sometimes. It's just a quick emoji. Because this is a journey. This is a journey. And so we see you, all of our loved ones who are moving through healing right now. We see you. All right, please be seated. Thank you. And finally, this month, we are celebrating zeal. Zeal. So as our LUT established this year, every single month, we're honoring a 12 power. And that's something that's unique to Unity. And so this month, we're celebrating zeal. So on one side of zeal, you have overzealous, right? And on the other side of zeal, you got over it, okay? So we're like right in that balance. We're in that balance. And so first and foremost, we light this candle in unity that we are all one as a reminder. So for all those who were standing, and for Kip we light this unity candle. And we light this candle for zeal. The color is orange. And so it is.
Tough to follow that and come up here and talk about community highlights, but I will say I'm studying under Jane at the moment, and it started earlier this year, and I had the pleasure of going to support her this week, and as someone that didn't have the best examples of love growing up, seeing the way she loved Kip, definitely something I'm grateful for and blessed to have witnessed, so yeah. Also, I want to go ahead and put out there if we can make sure to silence our cell phones as we move forward, just to make sure we don't have any interruptions. But yes, so our beautiful community, we have some highlights. So the first one that I want to mention, to get all of the tea about Unity, you can go to the newsletter, our e-blast, or our website. If you're not signed up for the newsletter or the e-blast, you can see Star. She'll get you hooked up and all connected. We've got a potluck coming for our new minister that just led us through all of that beautiful stuff. So excited about that. I love a good potluck. And I'm also a big fan of our new reverend, so it's really just the meeting of all my favorite things. Yes, please clap. Clap that up. Also, after service, find his lovely wife, Sally, so that you can sign up for the potluck. She's right back there. She's making all of this happen so that you can see me on that screen and hear me on this mic. Yes, so please find her so that you can sign up, and then you can let her know what dish you would like to bring, because as much as I love cake, we don't need 15 cakes, right? We want to have a nice balance, so make sure to do that. And then for our next announcements, this is just kind of an overall getting us hyped and excited about December. We've got some wonderful, awesome things happening, so we want to go ahead and put that out there so you have it on your calendar. We're going to have a Unity Holiday Concert, which I think is so fun. Really excited about that. We're going to have the lovely Penta Rose there, right? Can never get enough of her. And then also, we will have Toya Coleman and Shanna Smith. So that's going to be December 8th, and it'll start at 11 a.m. So our service that day will just be a concert. So, right? I know. I was like, that's fun. That's a really fun idea. All right, and then we're also going to have December 15th, a special dedication service to Reverend Joe, who I was told was the first Reverend for the Unity community here in Gainesville. And this is all in the spirit of kicking off the 50-year anniversary and celebration of this community, which is so cool. To be here for 50 years, that's beautiful. And so I'm hopping into the party late. Just showed up February of this year, but I'm here, I'm ready, I'm a member, so we're doing it.
We feel your zeal.
Yes, mission accomplished. No, I know, I'm shaking. I am really excited to be up here and doing everything I can to remember, speak clearly, don't go too fast. So thank you for your love and patience with me. All right, so when Reverend told me about what the talk was going to be today, there was something that immediately popped into my mind. And I was like, well, I got to go with it. This is what I have to read. And if you guys roll your eyes, that's fine. But I will forever be a child at heart. And this is a song from one of my childhood cartoons that I grew up watching. I'm not going to sing it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just going to read it like a poem. But for any of you that are familiar with the Powerpuff Girls, we're doing this. So, open your eyes and take in everything that you see. Look at all the colors, red, yellow, blue, and green. We can take an airplane and fly across the globe. Look down upon the colors. Everyone, come on, let's go. Because Love, love, love. La la love. La la love makes the world go round. Open your ears and listen to what the world has to say. Hear the birds and bells, and you will have a brighter day. Everyone has a special song deep inside their heart. If you want, you could sing with us. It's the perfect start. Love, 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 la la love, makes the world go round. You can't hurt me with the things that you do. I'll pick up dandelions and I'll give them to you. Love, 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 la la love, la la love, makes the world go round.
All right, I guess it's my time to share some zeal. Yeah. So, first of all, I just feel so supported being here in the Unity community. And I had my first song drop this week. So, thank you. Thank you for the celebration and the support. The link is in your newsletter if you want to take a listen. And so I was inspired last week by what our Reverend shared about singing a love song to ourselves. And I'm learning, I'm not learning. I'm a music producer. And I want to share with you the second song that I plan on releasing. And I'd like you to take it into your heart as a love song to yourself. This is called You Must Love Me. I know you must love me, 'cause you keep showing up for me. I know you must love me dearly. You keep coming in clearly every day. As much as you can, you show up for me. And you take my hand and you help me try for my dreams. It's more than I ever thought that I would live out of this life. You must love me. You must hope for me. You must want my happiness. You must love me, 'cause you take my hand. You come here every day if you can. Oh, oh, oh. It's the hardest thing to show up when your heart feels shut down. You feel like you can't pretend. Oh, you must love me. You must hope for me. You must want my happiness. You must love me, 'cause you take my hand. You come here every day if you can. You stick up for me and you show me that I am important to you. Here you are with me when my heart more than you know. Oh, you must love me. You must hope for me. You must want my happiness. You must love me, 'cause you take my hand. You come here every day if you can. Oh, I love you back more than you know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pinta Rose. It's so special to be able to get like a behind the scenes, right? To be able to hear something for the very first time. There's like something special and you're in, right? You're VIP. So as with many of these talks, I want to start with the punchline, right? I want to start with the punchline. All of these talks come down to one thing, and that's love, right? We package it in different ways. We might talk about overcoming, forgiveness, it working out. But at the end of the day, it comes to love. And today's package is zeal. So when Pinta Rose and Stephanie asked what the talk was going to be about, I said it was going to be about loving ourselves so much that we create healthy boundaries. Loving ourselves so much that we know when it's not for us, we say, no, thank you. And loving ourselves so much that we are mindful of the laws we create. Now, that's a big testament, the laws we create. And I want to spend a little time on what the laws we create is all about. So Gary Zukav, in the book Seat of the Soul, it was one of the first books that was my introduction to New Thought. It came out in 1989. I first saw it I remember it was 2008 or 9 when I got that text. And it was the first time somebody spoke so clearly about the soul, the activity of the soul, and how the soul is not the same thing as personality. That the conditioning of our thoughts, the refinement of the ego, that's not us. That the ego is simply a recycling of thoughts and beliefs we hold about ourselves. But our soul is something that's timeless. And so in the book, he begins with evolution. And he talks about how in the beginning, we needed a structure that saw power outside of ourselves. Power had to be outside of ourselves. And it was reflected in every single part of our lives. So many of us, when we were kids, we were told to be seen and what? Not heard, right? If you got something to cry about, you better stop, or I'm going to give you something to cry about. Right? We were taught, some of us like, nah, that ain't happened to me. It happened to a lot of us, okay? All right? We were taught from being a child what power looked like. Power was up outside of ourselves. Power was reflected in every dimension of our lives. Just think children. When they go to school, there is a teacher who says, sit down. Or what? I'm going to call your mama or whatever. You fill in the blank. And so as we get older, power is also reflected in this structure, even in the spiritual community. Power is reflected in that person up there has a better connection or maybe slightly can give me an answer that I might need because somebody helped me. But it's outside. And then we bring that external power to God. We say, God, help me. But one of the foundational principles of unity is that whatever it is we're seeking, we don't got to go up, we got to go in. Right? Because the truth is, when we get to that stillness, right? In that stillness, we hear that subtle voice. That is, I'm going to use the word, consciousness. It's not to be conscious. Right now, we are conscious, right? We're using our faculties. That's not the consciousness I'm talking about. I'm talking about a deeper consciousness when we allow ourselves in meditation to get into stillness. And when we go into that stillness with a question, you better believe clarity is coming. And the truth is, clarity didn't come from outside of ourselves. Clarity is revealed. Because as we already know, we know what we should do from the beginning. We knew what we wanted to do from the beginning. Should I wear the red dress or the purple dress? Somebody says the red, and you're like, well, I like the purple one. You knew you wanted to wear the purple one, but you were waiting for an external validation, and when it didn't come, you start having a second thought. And we do it with many, many things. Should I go to this brunch? Should I go to breakfast with them? Do I really want to meet up? And we start sending questions outside of ourselves. And so what Gary Zukov talks about in that book is that's how we've been conditioned, and that's how economies are structured, that's how governments are structured, that's how corporations are structured, that's how our spiritual spaces are structured, that the power is concentrated by a few, and it's outside of our control. That was the old way. That was the old belief system. And we're now evolving to a belief structure that says, I don't have to look outside of myself. That we can organize among ourselves and identify what do we care about. We can look within and decide, I'm going to give myself self-care. I was talking to Terry a few weeks ago, and she said that when she's with her horses, that is church. I said, Terry, yes, that's church. That's church. Okay? And then I was talking to Celeste, and she was talking about what gardening does for her, how fortifying and cleansing. I said, Celeste, that's your church. Right? And I'm talking to Saradna about her kitten. I'm going to call her kitten. And how that baby just loves on Saradna, and the opening of Saradna's heart. Just in talking about that baby, I was like, that's church. Richard Rohr, the beginning, paragraphs into this massive book, he talks about his dog. And the sacredness of that relationship. He said, listen, I'm gonna say this, and if it turns you off, put the book down. He says, this is God. This is God. This is love. This is divine love in expression. And so I'm just reiterating the fact that here in Unity, we just agree that when we need anything, we go in. Now, here's the next step. Going in is easy to say, but Gary Zukov gives us something practical. And what I love about us here, we're all about practicality. And he shares a story about trying to head to an appointment and running late because of the driver in front of him. And he said no matter how much he tried to get around this driver, he was stuck behind this person. And he could see it was nothing in front of that person. There was no reason for him to be driving that slow. And so he did everything other than lay on the horn. But you know, I mean, he's a spiritual thinker, as we all are, right? But we have our moments, okay? So imagine what he was doing in the car, cussing this person out in his thoughts, right? Guess what happens? He manages to get around this person, and he cranks his head to see who was driving. That's right, it was one of his friends. One of his friends. He says, "Zach, what's up?" Zach waves back, and then Gary keeps driving, and he's like, "Whoa, that was a moment." He was all up in judgment, and it was his friend. Of course, he's going to like jab at his friend later on. It's like, "Man, why you drive so slow?" Of course, he's going to do that, but because it's friend, that whole situation was transmuted in a moment. In a moment. But guess what? Seeing the friend was the trigger, but it was Gary who shifted that. Gary could have still been mad. He could have held that into resentment. He could have said, "Man, I was late for my appointment because of you and your driving." And that could have been a snowball of a whole different situation. And so the book would have opened differently. Right? So we have these choices even down at a nanosecond moment to say, "Friend." He has another story. And so his house, it would stay warm because of a fireplace. And so every year, he would get fire from the same vendor. And one year, the guy got out of his pickup truck and said, "Hey, Gary, the price is going up." And immediately he got upset. He was like, "What? I'm your loyal customer. What's going on?" He didn't say it. He's a thinker. He's processing. He's with it, right? And as he's watching, he sees a little kid, probably 9 or 10, jump out and is stacking the wood meticulously on Gary's property. And so Gary starts talking to this kid and said, "You like working for your uncle?" And the kid says, "I love it. We don't have any money, so this is helping me with my school clothes." And in a moment, Gary shifted from the price of my wood went up to I'm able to help this family get school clothes for this little kid. In a moment. And that whole section of the book is about reverence. It's about reverence for life. Now, what does shifting because you want to have a moment of road rage or shifting because the price of something went up, what does that have to do with reverence? He says this: love moves beyond its package. It's always love, just in different clothes. So if a friend of yours has on a dress you don't like, is that less of a friend? No. It's just a dress you don't like. That's the example Gary gives us. Does that make sense? It's just clothing. Right? If somebody comes in with shoes that you are like, "Oh my goodness, they look so uncomfortable," does that affect how we love our friend or that person? Absolutely not. If our friend makes a meal and you find out in that meal they can't cook, and you're like holding on to, like, this is great. Does that shift how we love our friend? I mean, some of us like, yeah, we kind of would, right? But for the most part, it would not. We would see the care, and then we say, "Oh, whoa, that kitchen is a mess. They were working hard to prepare this." And so we see the crazy kitchen and the meal in front of us, and we see them. And we see love we see love. Love moves beyond a package. And the truth is, this is what reverence looks like. This is reverence. To see love just in different packages. Now, y'all, this is some mystical, metaphysical stuff I'm talking about, right? We're talking about road rage and a funky meal, but the truth is that transmutation, that shifting of consciousness, this is mysticism. Beyond the physical. To see community in all that is around us. And here's our responsibility. Our responsibility is to take that singular act into our everyday lives. And that's a challenge. That's a challenge. So, one of the anchoring thoughts of today's talk is about creating laws for ourselves. We have a lot of laws for ourselves. We say, I'm always late. I am not good with technology. This phone, right? We have laws. Those are the small things, right? We have bigger laws, right? We say, I don't know what it is about that person, but they drive me nuts. Oh my goodness, here's my sister, she's calling. I'm not answering. Not right now. Maybe I'll call back, right? We have laws, and then we got even bigger laws. The bigger laws is, I'm having such a hard time forgiving. They do not deserve my forgiveness. This is the hardest thing I've ever gone through, and it's been with me for years. That's the bigger law. Now, what's being asked of us is we too, not up outside of ourselves, but we too, by simply going in, can transmute and see that as a package for our growth, for our evolution, for our love, for possibility. This morning, Kip made her transition. She made her transition. And one of the gifts that Jane gave many of us is that we were invited. And we saw Kip on her deathbed. We saw Kip in her last moments in this iteration. If you've ever had a conversation more than 5 minutes with Jane, you know that she has a healthy respect for death. She's a funeral director. She does natural burials. And as Stephanie mentioned, she's also a mentor in a ministerial program. So she was my mentor. And the very first thing we did together was go to her funeral. We went to a natural burial. It was a 27-year-old kid. It was his third successful suicide attempt. So he was Baker acted twice, and the third time he attempted, it was successful. And so his family, his mom, his dad, his brother, they weren't shell-shocked. The brother, who was a little bit younger than me, was pissed. His rage was palpable. The mom was brokenhearted because she tried everything and couldn't stop it. The dad was mystified. We had to guide him in what direction to go, right? In that space, in that moment, I had an opportunity to see a lot of things. I saw Jane hold space to see that this is not it. This body, our packaging, This is not all we are. We are on a perpetual journey. There is no life and death. There is birth and death. Life is perpetual. Life does not stop. I'm talking about life with a capital L. Am I clear? There is no life and death. We are birthed, yes. Our bodies die, yes. But life has no opposite. There is only life. And so Jane is holding space for this family. And she says, this is not the end. Not for him, and not for you. What are we going to do with this package? I offer that question to you. What are we going to do with this package? When a loved one shuffles off this mortal coil, we have a new, profound respect, a healthy respect for life. Isn't that how it happens? When someone passes away, we cherish life a little bit more. We hold our loved ones a little bit closer. We enjoy a meal a little bit better because we have a healthy respect for, oh, what death is? Okay, I need to be more present. And then what happens is that feeling tone might last a week, if we're lucky. And then we're back in the slog of the stuff. My ask of us is to consider the reverence that Gary Zukav gives us when we're driving to see a friend, when there's a shift in our finances, to see an opportunity. That's what reverence in life looks like. That's what reverence looks like. Not just in these seismic moments when we're reminded about birth and death. Am I clear? If we can do but this, we got it. Spirit is asking us, God, source, divine, that which is nameless, is asking us but one thing. To honor and to know that everything we desire is ours to have. We are the co-creators of the experience. And I'm here to say, if we're encountering something that is not pleasant, we can shift that. We can shift that. We are co-creators with God. That's a big faculty to wrap our mind around. And as I was taught, if we look at our surroundings, if we do an inventory, that is a mere reflection of what we believe is possible. We're going to hold a different belief. If we could take a moment and go into silence. If it's your practice to close your outer eye, I invite you to do so. And we're going to go into meditation. And we're going to take this thought. All that I need is mine now. We're taking a cleansing breath. And we're going to love ourselves so much and our meditation is simply, all that I need is here Spencer Rose plays. We've been taught that presence is a still, small voice. Today we are reminded that that still, small voice is louder. It anchors our intuition. It anchors our giving. It anchors our forgiveness. That still small voice of God is louder. And we say yes.
Image of God, you are a masterpiece. It's who you are. Imago Dei, light of the soul. I see you in every way, complete and whole.
In this moment, we open our hearts and we send that pulsing force, that divine electric pulse through our entire body. That pulse happens without our conscious thought. So is our connection to oneness beyond our conscious thought. We send this clarity to the areas of our lives that need, that is asking, that is requiring the most attention. Whether it's our finances, whether it's feeling lonely, whether it's a new job, whatever area of our lives is asking for this pulsing, this clarity, we send it. And we see it as whole, as done, as complete. I want you to bring forward in your thought, in your mind's eye, gratitude. Don't even think about something that makes you grateful. Just know that gratitude is something that just is already there. I want you to bring gratitude up. I want you to be grateful for the breath of life that is breathing you. I want you to be grateful for the community that surrounds you now, that is pouring love on you. I want you to be grateful for your home, for your loved ones. I want you to be grateful for your finances wherever they are. If you got one bad knee, be thankful for that. If you got an achy hip, we send love to that. And we flood this space with gratitude. And soften your heart into that gratitude for the loved ones, for the children, for the nieces, for the nephews. for the partners, for the friends, for the Tai Chi and yoga, for the kittens and doggies, for siblings, for parents, here and no longer. We send grateful, and it floods this space. It floods us, and we send it out. We send it out, and we say yes.
I see perfection in you. To me, it comes as no surprise when judgment and fear fall away. Reality remains, gazing back at me. Imago Dei, image of God. You are a masterpiece. It's who you are. Imago Dei, light of the soul. I see you in every way, complete and whole.
And so it is. And so it is. Whenever you're ready, we're going to take a cleansing breath and just open your eyes. As you open your eyes, I want you to look around. See the people, see the empty chairs, right? Just kind of look around, y'all, right? I want y'all to just know that we knew, right? So as we burst at the seams with people, we're going to be able to say, there was a time when we would look around the room and there would be like 30 empty chairs. Like, no way. Say, yes. Some of us remember, and Phyllis knows, remembers a time when on Zoom, it was 8 of us, 8 people on Zoom. I love Melinda. Melinda's like, what? Yes, Melinda. 8 people. And right now, we're averaging 40, 50, including Zoom participation. We are here. I want y'all to see the space around us as possibility, as potential, as abundance. And we bless these chairs. We bless the people who are en route, that they find us in grace and perfect ways, that we are ready.
Yes.
You hear me, Pencil Rose?
We're ready.
You hear me, Star?
I see your zeal.
Gio, you hear me? That we are ready because, listen, Carla, you know, with growth, we got to be ready. And I love Carla. She was like, we got to put more chairs out here. Mm-hmm. That's how we have this. We tell the universe that one consciousness that we are ready when we make space. And when we're ready, that means we're opening ourselves for growth and opportunity, okay, for expansion, right? And I'm asking us to love on each other as we are and as we grow. Some of us don't do well with names, so we have no name tags, right? Look at the name tag and say, I know I should know your name. What's up, right? Just look at the name tag. We already wearing them, right? as we grow, and if we don't know each other's name, let's just get the name. And at the top of service, I asked us, if somebody crosses your mind, just send them a text. Back in the day, you would have to go through a whole process to call somebody. Now it's a text. I'm on about 5 or 6 group texts with like 14 people on them, right? At some point, you can find the person you're looking for, right? So my ask this week is the moment somebody crosses your mind, just reach out. I'm just listening. I'm saying, hey. We got it? Okay. We're shifting gears into our giving. And so, as Stephanie mentioned, on November 10th, we're having a potluck, which is welcoming all of us. But that potluck is coupled with a prosperity and consciousness prayer meeting. So we're going to go into prayer and meditation immediately after that potluck. And so all of us in here, after we have a beautiful meal, we're going to spend 20 to 30 minutes with each other envisioning what we want this place to look like. And we have a couple of cool fundraising activities that we're going to roll out. And we are vibrant. So let's prepare our giving, whatever that looks like. If you have it now, if it's about to be written, if it's in your heart, if you're giving online, I want you to take that giving, and I want you to take that giving and imagine it as an acorn. Imagine it as an acorn. In that acorn is a tree. In that acorn is a forest. So I want you to imagine your love offering and place it over your heart. And let's say together, we bless this.
We bless this
For what it is,
for what it is,
what it will do,
what it will do,
and its return.
and its return.
And so it is. All right,
So it
y'all
is.
get ready, because the blessing is going to pow. Like, whoa. Get ready.
I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. I'll cross the stream. I have a dream.
Let's invite the kiddos in. This is a good song to do it.
Yeah, all right. I have a dream, a fantasy to help me through reality. And my destination makes it worth the while, pushing through the darkness, still another mile. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream. I have a dream.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Gwen.
Happy Halloween Eve. We made spiders today, and then we ate them. All right, you guys ready? Kenya, you ready? And they can fly. You ready? 1, 2. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. But we found out that Halloween is not a scary time because God is always with us. There's no real monsters except up here in our heads. And our skeletons, we all have one inside, so it's not scary either. And pumpkins represent God's light that we carry inside of us. So we took tangerines and we made pumpkins out of our tangerines.
Thank you, Miss Gwen. Okay, y'all, stand if we're able. And when we rub our hands together, it don't mean nothing other than a reminder that we got all the power we need right here. So let's just rub our hands together as a reminder that we already got the goods. And so we're going to extend our hands to the children in front of us, to our nieces and nephews and grandkids and neighbors, and we're going to say, children. You are perfect just the way you are.
You are perfect just the way you are.
The divine.
Magnificent.
Outpicturing of source.
Outpicturing of source.
Everything you desire is yours.
Everything you desire is yours.
Because you and God are one.
Because you and God are one. Love you. We love you. We really, really love you.
All right, y'all, let's circle up. All right, y'all, let's circle up.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Light of God surrounds us. We are light. The power of God protects us. We are power. Love of God makes us. We are love of God. Of God watches over us. Our presence wherever
we are, God is,
and all is well.
We're going to rehearse that one day, y'all. Okay, Can we look at the cameras at the top over here by these doors? So we have loved ones who are not physically here, but who are watching on Zoom. We say we love you.
We love you.
We are wrapping our arms around you. All right, y'all, have a great week. You want to eat it?
Did you like it? Yeah. Oh, here's Gerardo to check on you.